Welcome back to Panel Day Superheroes Ahoy. My name is Tushar. So in the new year, I started, as is the sometimes habit or trend, to start with something new that you haven't before. So I also thought I'll revisit Tintin and Asterix. Actually, visit because I've not really read much of Tintin, and I have. Thanks to some carefully kept collections, I have an old uh, connection to this entire set of Tintin. So these are old books that are kept very carefully from I think 1980s and 90s. And Tintin by RJ is obviously a famous comic book that uh, that many over the years collectors have adored and collected and favorited also. So in Tintin you mainly get around 24 books, and I think currently you get these box sets and all that also. So these are the books of Tintin, and there is some extra books also. So I have most of these books in old format. I think some of them are around the 2004 or 5 time frame, and a couple of them I picked a few years ago. So interestingly, Tintin's first book was published or was created by RJ in 1929. It was called Reporter for Le Petit Vingtième, and it's called In the Land of Soviets. So it's the period between World War One and Two. So it is quite political, and it unearths the it kind of shows the Russian propaganda. This book, this reprint is done in Romania, and as you can see, the work is very early, very raw. RJ is basically just learning. He's an untrained artist at this point, but he does have a lot to say. And you get, if you are familiar with Tintin's tropes like chases and train sequences and comedy, you get that in holds. The characters are not that etched out because there is a lot of comedy in this. There's a lot of physical or action in this. Whereas the later Tintin books obviously are known for their very intriguing plot lines, adventures, like detective kind of stories. But this is quite slapstick kinds. So the drawing is, it will remind you of Peanuts also, uh, and Calvin and Hobbes at times. But the story as such is nice. I mean, it's a, like I said, very political story, but it's good to have this kind of book because it's an early work. It's the first book, obviously, of Tintin, and to admire how the artist was initially. So this is In the Land of Soviets by Tintin by RJ, the first book of Tintin in the Adventures of Tintin series. Then coming to the regular books, so this is uh, how the entire series goes. So what I have been doing now is I have read a couple of books. In fact, I've read 3 4 parts. So I'll be doing some videos. I'll be talking about some of the books, some themes that I like. So Tintin in America is a book I really enjoyed. Now currently, if you look at these books, like from the entire angle of politics, many things look little stereotype, in fact lot stereotype, because I mean that's how writing was back in those days, and it's a whole debate. I mean it will start if I start talking about that. But I mean, if you think of Indians, so in America it shows a lot of like those Native American stereotypes are there. So some people might not like it, but when I read these books, as with Indian comic books, I tend to enjoy it like in the time they were created. So this is Tintin in America, and coming to the next book, I'll just show you the covers of these. So these are all old editions, Magnet Publishing, Cigars of the Pharaoh, The Blue Lotus, The Broken Ear, and all are in good shape. And I'll probably try to also do a comparison between the very old edition and the ones that are from 10-15 years ago. So all are in different shape and form, as you can see. These are, this cover is quite battered, but the inside pages are just fine. The colors still look great. This is the famous book. I mean, in this the Steven Spielberg movie was made. The pages look a little faded, but then colors are awesome. Secret of the Unicorn, Red Rackham's Treasure. Let me keep these back. So coming to the next book, Seven Crystal Balls, Prisoners of the Sun, The Land of Black Gold, Destination Moon. Now this is a newer book, so I will later try to do a comparison when I get to this book. So as you can see, all the old books are called Magnet and the newer reprint is called Far Shore. And towards the later part, this is quite a famous book. Tintin in Tibet has some Indian related themes, but the book I read, The Cigars of the Pharaoh, also had a lot of Indian bits. In fact, more than the Egyptian bits, it has a story based in India. So this is the last book. Let me keep again these books back in order. So let me know in comments if you are fond of Tintin, if you have read these books, and do you find them easy or tough. I will be sharing my experiences, but it does take some time. But what I feel is some books are faster and easier depending on what your interests are. Um, I found The Broken Ear a little tough and slow because it's very intricately created detective story. Whereas Tintin in America, The Cigars of Pharaoh were more like adventure and more fast moving stories. But having said that, Tintin is a great series. So let's try to talk about these books more, and hope you like this Tintin series. And I'll try to get more books like that. Like I have an Asterix collection, so maybe once I'm done with these 20 books in Tintin, I'll try to start Asterix or Is No Good as well. That's it for now. Something new, something different. So thanks for watching Panel Days, and stay tuned for more.